get to the heavyweight action, and here's the tail of the tape, powered by VetTix. Minnesota product, Steven Asplund taking on Colorado's Hammer Morton. Asplund is 26 years old. Morton 4 years his elder. Asplund is an inch taller, weighed in 6 pounds lighter, and will have a 4-inch reach advantage. Keep the LFA 200 preliminary action rolling here on YouTube. Here's the voice of the LFA Octagon, Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the LFA Fight Network on YouTube for our featured preliminary action here at LFA 200. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA heavyweight division, brought to you tonight by VetTix. Give something to those who gave. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This kickboxer and wrestler stands 6'4", weight in 264 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 1 defeat, with 1 win coming by way of knockout and 2 by way of submission. Representing Genesis Training Academy, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, Hammer Morton. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a kickboxer standing 6'5", weight in 258.2 pounds. He holds a professional record, 3 wins, 1 defeat, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing McCoon's Martial Arts and the Basement Gym, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Steven Concrete Asplund. Your referee, Josh Stewart.
Gentlemen, you know the expectations. Listen for any instructions. Protect yourself at all times. Let's touch them if you want. Let's have a fight.
Hammer Morton, the underdog, according to Bet Online, at plus 275. Coming into hostile territory for there's Minnesota's own Steven Asplund. Guys, this is a big fight for him. 4 months since losing the first fight of his career. He looks to bounce back here on his home turf tonight. He had won 9 straight before that loss at LFA 193.
Well, Steven Asplund has been doing a fantastic job in the heavyweight division, and what makes him really stand out is he moves like a lightweight out there. He says he loves Dominic Cruz, his movement, and he's bringing that to the heavyweight division. As you can see already, throwing some ninja kicks and moving around and trying to use his footwork and control that distance.
Yeah, he's pretty light about, good sense of humor. He called himself the a fat Max Holloway.
Yeah,
and then he has awkward striking is how he, describes his style, but he's effective with it. He's in a bad position here, Ron.
Now, yes, Hammer Morton getting on the back of Asplund.
More grip for Asplund. Beautiful disengages from the wrestling. You know, he's training with Thomas the Train Peterson, UFC fighter, old LFA champion, moved on to the UFC. They have a big group of big guys that train in the basement together. Hines, who's fighting the opening card, the opening fight on the main card. So they have that big group training, and that's huge. It's hard to get heavyweights to train with and find those training partners.
Great point. And I love it. It's called the basement. They literally are in a basement, folks. Oh,
nice uppercut right there by Asplund.
But Hammer Morton ate it. And hanging in.
Oh, good knee right there by Asplund. Thus far in their career, Asplund has found more success with fights on the feet. Morton has found success on the ground. Morton had a rear naked choke finish over a very big opponent not too long ago, and Asplund coming off of a rear naked choke lost in his last fight. So you would think at some point Hammer Morton's want to try to find an opportunity to take this fight to the ground.
He definitely tried when he had that opportunity. Asplund did a great job of neutralizing. Catching the kick, too, of Morton. That's a good way, but Asplund needs to control that distance, not get too overexcited here. He's doing a great job.
Hammer Morton making his LFA debut, training out the Genesis Training Academy in Colorado.
Asplund doing a nice job just using his reach, right? He's using those long arms, landing the strikes. Whenever he finds Morton in close, he's throwing those knees up the middle, doing damage to the body. Morton yet to kind of find success in his groove on the feet.
No, I agree with you, Alan. I think that's where Asplund needs to stay. As much as he wants to maybe hit the home run and knock him out, just keep knocking those singles, hit those doubles, just score those points. Don't get too over-aggressive. Things are going your way.
Morton is a guy as well that I don't think he's going to be too deterred by a big man throwing haymakers like this. As I said, one of his last fights that he got the rear naked choke defense, he fought an enormous man. I mean, enormous. 6'7", 265. He was able to weather that storm and finally get the fight to the ground where he was able to finish that fight. He's weathering a storm right now against Asplund.
He's trying to bulldoze forward. You're right.
He has eaten a couple of big shots from Steven Asplund. There's no doubt that the fans here in Minnesota supporting the 26-year-old from Minneapolis, Steven Asplund.
Asplund sure loves to make it exciting, man. He's been in some great heavyweight fights.
He's been a lot of fun to call his fights.
Love to see his growth, love to see his journey, great attitude. His dad was a professional fighter.
That's right, Kevin went 17-12, fought at Legacy 51, so he's an LFA alum as well. Both him and his father have that nickname, Concrete.
Oh.
As we hit 1 minute to go, opening round. Make sure you are following the LFA on all social media platforms at LFA Fighting.
Morton made an adjustment here. He wasn't finding much success with the hands because of the range, so he started switching to the kicks, which he's able to land on the body as Asplund so far.
You know, Asplund looks in charge of this fight, but you know Morton is just a stud and can land a big overhand right at any moment.
Hey, those low highs, baby. I want those low highs. It's there. Slow high.
High volume for heavyweights.
Nice jab from Morton. Got in, closed the distance, kick to the body from the big man. Inside a leg kick from Morton, and Asplund firing back.
Oh.
Time winding down. That's gonna do it for round number one. Heavyweights going into the second round. Great crowd here as always. Mystic Lake Casino. No other venue has hosted more LFA events than this one, guys.
Yeah, you see early in this round, the striking was letting it go. Asplund kept landing that right uppercut, found the range with his strikes early. More so in the boxing area, you can see just going for it. He has the reach and the height advantage, and he is more the striker, so he's very comfortable in here. Morton found his opportunities towards the later part of the round where he was landing his kicks, tried to get some takedowns, just wasn't able to solidify in him. I feel like this was a very strong round for Steven Asplund, implementing his game plan, being the striker, being the aggressor, pushing his opponent against the fence.
And the Genesis Training Academy team screaming in the face of Hammer Morton. It's about attitude. And the big man making his LFA debut tonight. As Alan said, he's coming off a first round RNC win in a title fight. First time inside the LFA octagon. This is Steven Asplund's fourth fight here in the LFA.
I feel like the corner is just trying to light a fire, right? It wasn't too much technical advice at the end. It was saying attitude. And I'm with them. I think they have the right approach because I've kind of seen Morton kind of coasting, finding opportunities, but I haven't really seen him bite down on the mouthpiece or really commit to some of these takedowns. He's had opportune moments for takedowns, but hasn't committed to it. I think that's where he's going to find his success. Getting in there, landing some strikes, and trying to complete one of these takedowns.
Yeah, and on the other end, Asplund doing a great job of keeping a high volume, draining the gas tank of Morton, not letting him really load up and throw those big bombs. Morton wants to, but he's trying to get his wind back as this volume grows more and more by Asplund.
Fans chanting Steven Asplund's name. Asplund again coming off the first defeat of his career.
That long jab by Asplund is really starting to pay dividends. He sticks it right down the middle, right when he feels like he's in range. Likes to finish it up with some hooks, but I say stay long.
Nice level change from Morton.
Yes, now let the hands go.
Looks like either he took a finger to the eye gill or
just showing some fatigue.
You can hear the thudding The thudding of those shots right there.
From Asplund. Yeah, finding the target now. Heavy shots, Alan, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, with all due respect, Morton has a big head, right? And you're hearing the thudding
100%.
shots from the big hands of Asplund as they land on Morton.
Teeing off, and Morton showing some damage on the face now.
Yes, he is. He's trying to summon the beast a little bit. It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, he's starting to really eat some shots. His hammer Morton now.
Hammer becoming the nail right now as Steven Asplund, his shots finding the target.
Morton dripping blood right now. Oh my goodness.
Oh, even tomahawk elbow. That's the second one we saw tonight.
Oh, wow, he's cut open bad above the nose right now. Cuts on each side of the eye, or at least scrapes. His corner is imploring him, his hammer Morton, to get in there, to do something. When he saw his opponent, Asplund, fall to his feet, they wanted him to jump on him.
Hammer Morton breathing heavily.
I'm trying to stay away from the blood right now, guys.
I'll frame my shirt if there's some blood on it. Right next to my LFA 200 poster. You know, if you're Asplund, you're thinking, man, why isn't this guy going down
Great
yet?
point, man.
I'm chopping him away. I'm looking at the time myself. My volume's up there. A lesser man would be down already.
Give Hammer Morton a lot of credit, showing a lot of heart.
You know, Asplund has to think, I can't unload everything here. I got to say something for the third.
Yeah, Asplund should start looking for the in and out movement, right? Where he pops him with the jab and then backs away and comes back to counter after Morton tries to counter, because right now you see him against the fence, he's fully covering up, and you know when they cover up, they're just going to swing one big haymaker. If you can evade that haymaker, come back in, that's when you'll catch them, when they're caught off guard.
That cut is wide open now, and it's dripping in the eyes of Hammer Morton.
I don't know how much longer
And
Morton's going to be able to hang on, guys. He's a very tough guy.
The kill now, right?
The fans feel it too.
I think we're getting towards the end of this fight.
The end could be near.
The mouth guard is out of one of these men. Mouth guard is on the ground right now for Morton.
Morton will not go quietly, man. He's like, I'm not ready.
It sounds like the crowd is chanting Steve.
Minnesota faithful, absolutely.
Takes a quick look at the clock, recognizes less than a minute, wants to know how much energy he should exert going for this finish. It really feels to me, though, like as tough as Morton has been, he's really starting to fade right now. I don't know how much longer he's going to withstand this onslaught. Oh, big knee!
Solid knee from Asplund through the guard. Another one to the body. Wicked body shots.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, they touch gloves and then immediately punch each other in the face.
Under 30 to go.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Oh, and I mean, I don't think you've ever wanted a low blow, but
yeah, I think Morton was happy about that low blow right there.
Yeah, he took every punch out there, but not that one, man.
Yeah.
He said, no, this one I need some time.
Yeah. Got 5 minutes to recover. We'll see how long he decides to take. I know he's in need right now to get some oxygen. You see it right there. It was just kind of fatigue. Both guys are fatigued right now. Good on Morton right now. Morton not taking the advantage of the full 5 minutes, saying, let me get in there, let me fight.
I might have took a knee and said, I can't continue.
Yeah.
I know I would have. And again, that's why I'm 0-0.
Ouch.
Hey, undefeated, Ron.
That's right. That's the way you bill it.
Please do it, Asplund.
He let everybody know that spin was coming.
We will move on to the third and final round between these two heavyweights. This has been an unbelievable card to set up the main card here at LFA 200.
And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at going to third round with these big guys. High volume action. Asplund trying to figure out, is it time to go for the kill? I'm chipping away. He starts letting his hands go. Morton throws a big overhand right. Asplund takes a little bit of foot off the gas. He said, nope, he still has some fight. Again, he has him on the cage, goes for the kill, lets the hands go, uppercuts, finding the target. Look at his eye contact, though. Asplund has good eye contact. Slides out, perfect distance management, deep to the body. And again, big combinations, even the knees start landing. I don't know how Morton's still standing. Asplund has to be thinking, how is he still standing? I gotta maintain my gas tank, can't unload it all. But I guarantee he'll go for the kill this third round.
That is a tough man there, Hammer Morton. He took a beating in that second round, and guess what? He's coming out to answer the third. Steven Asplund looking to bounce back after suffering his first defeat as a pro. And we're gonna have, it looks like the ringside physician coming in to take a look at Hammer Morton.
Yeah, I mean,
Dale Arbuckle, our cut man, did a fantastic job, but that is, that cut is deep. That is a deep gash.
I feel like he should be able to continue. All right,
and
here we go.
so does our ringside physician,
I didn't like the body language of the doctor. It looked like he was saying no with his head the entire time, the doctor, but he lets him continue, thank God.
I was about to argue the other side, but I'm glad I didn't have to.
Yeah. This becomes one of those fights, guys, that if Asplund says, you know what, I'm not able to knock him out, maybe he should start going to the body, right? Because that's something that nobody can really withstand is the body shots if he's not able to do enough damage in the head.
And immediately attacks that lead leg. And now it's target practice again for Steven Asplund.
I like the quick hands of Asplund. I think in the first round, he was going for that kill, throwing a little bit too much on those strikes and kind of leaning forward. Now that he's, kind of got it out of his system, now I think he's fighting beautifully, just picking them apart, managing the distance, very intelligent, gliding out of the punches of Morton.
I like that we're seeing Asplund paw with the shots now. He's pawing away with the jab and then picking the opportune moment to then unleash the power. You can't go full power every time. It's just gonna quickly in your gas tank. So he's kind of figured out the pacing of this fight so far.
And that's
very
Morton's
well
fight.
said.
And that's Morton's fight.
Absolutely, but give Steven Asplund a lot of credit. He weighed 500 pounds at one point.
I wouldn't be surprised if the referee said, I'm gonna
he's taking a close look.
Because, all right, I've got blood on me now, but
Jaban's done.
Yeah, we've got blood all over our papers
done.
now, but
I'm jealous.
I mean, we're not the ones in there suffering, so what am I complaining about? But Morton seems too tough for his own good, and I credit him for the heart. But
and now
this might be one of those fights that the referee has to step in.
He just did, Alan.
Great call. Great call by the ref. Great call by the ref and by Alan right there.
I agree. Nothing was going to change, right, Gil?
Exactly. And they gave him a chance. We're going to give you a chance, Morton.
Gave him 3 rounds. We didn't see an opportunity or the gas tank for him to come back and surmount a comeback victory.
Referee Josh Stewart, give him props. That was a great stoppage. As you said, like Hammer Morton, maybe just too tough for his own good. And sometimes the hammer becomes the nail.
Yep, well said, Ron, well said.
And there, Steven Asplund bounces back quickly after suffering the first defeat of his career. He comes over.
Asplund, that was fun to watch. We're watching your highlights now, watching your fast hands, managing this distance. Great combination. Clinch his knee to the head.
I'm going to give my headset to Steven.
Throws
what do
an
you think of that?
I'm honored to share the cage with Hammer. I called first round knockout. Hammer's a dog, motherfucker stuck in there. I'm coming for all you fucking heavyweights.
That was Steven. I've never seen that, Ron.